Hi, I'm Leo, and this is Sirius, and it's been 6 months. As you can tell by the title, I'm just gonna give a small update about where I've been, what's happening now. I posted about it on Instagram, but I was in a lot of mental health treatment places. In December, I went to an inpatient facility, and then I went to residential, then I went to another inpatient, and then I went back to the same residential, then I was out for 3 weeks, and then I was put into a different residential, and then I was in an outpatient, but then I quit the outpatient, and I've just been living, I guess, and taking a step back from the internet to kind of figure things out, I guess. If you don't know what inpatient and outpatient residential are, inpatient is like, it's the highest, I think, level of care. You get 24/7 supervision. Like, sometimes you're on line of sight, which is they just stare at you. They have to have someone watching you 24/7, but inpatient is just me and some other, as in the adolescent unit, so me and a whole bunch of other adolescents in a building with group therapy multiple times a day. I did have Sirius at the first inpatient, but not at, I'll give you a belly rub, but not at the residential, either the residentials or the other inpatient. He's laying on his back. It's the cutest thing ever. I'll probably talk about that later, but in a different video. But residential is like a more long-term version of that. It was the one, there's different kinds of residentials. The one I was in, I would describe as a mix of like a hospital and a prison, except I hadn't actually done anything wrong, except for be very mentally ill. But yeah, there's a lot of, it's kind of just a place where you send people to get better. Does it make us better? Does it make us worse? I mean, it was good to go there because it got me safe, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. And then outpatient is like or like partial hospitalization is just you go to a place that's like inpatient just for a couple hours a day. I'd already been to that outpatient, but things didn't work out there for a couple reasons for me, but yeah, that's where I've been. I'm back now, and I've been back for a couple months actually, I think like 2, and I've started figuring my stuff out, and I want to try to incorporate social media back into my life, because it wasn't like a big stressing factor for me, but it's good to figure out my own stuff before trying to maintain an online presence, I guess. So it might not be super regular, but I have heard people say that they like my channel and they like my Instagram account, and I figure if I can help someone, I should, even if it helps just one person. Settle down, pretty boy. Settle down. So things that have changed in the past 6 months. Okay, settle. I'm no longer dating Leon. I don't really want to go into it that much. I don't really want to talk about what's going on with him either, because I want to respect his privacy, and just he's alive. He's okay. He's not dead. Settle down. Serious. Settle. So, yeah. I also went vegan like days after I got out of my third residential. So I've been getting involved in kind of like vegan activism type things, and that's definitely been something good because it helps me helps me not isolate, and I feel like I'm really, I don't know, I feel like I'm doing something, sir. Hi. Okay, yeah, you don't need to eat my hand. What else has happened? I have been trying to handle my mental health. I'm off all of my medications. I went cold turkey, which I really don't recommend doing, but I was impulsive and annoyed, and they weren't doing anything for me. And it was just a pain to try to split one tiny little pill and then take it. It just was not worth it. I'm not, it's strange because I'm not entirely sure what I'm dealing with. I've been through so much mental health places, like so many inpatients and outpatients and residentials and therapists and psychiatrists and doctors and everything, and that I'm not entirely sure what I'm diagnosed with. And like I know I've for sure been diagnosed with autism, like that's a 100%, but the autism kind of complicates everything else because now every other thing I have apparently just presents really weirdly. Like I've had doctors tell me that they've written like the longest reports about me, or that they've never like, they just don't know what to do with me really. Like I've heard, like I think the first place I went to, they did die like back when I was 14, because I turned 17. Yeah, I'm 17 now. But back when I was 14, I know I got diagnosed with major depressive disorder and unspecified anxiety. I think those are still floating around there, but I've also been diagnosed with stuff like premenstrual dysphoric disorder. But I've also been like on medication and like treated for a lot of weird things like OCD. I don't know if I got officially diagnosed, but I was on like a medication for it, and I've had a doctor like, apparently I just had like OCD, but it presents really weird. I don't know if anyone ever like officially diagnosed me for it, but it was like a topic at one of the places. Serious Settle. Now I might make a video about that. Dealing with trauma. I don't know if I ever got diagnosed with like PTSD or anything, but like I've been dealing with flashbacks and nightmares and hypervigilance and stuff because your boy's got some trauma and like disordered eating type things, but I don't think I was ever diagnosed with an eating disorder, but they were like monitoring everything I ate and nearly like sent me to from inpatient to like a hospital, so they would like tube me and like put me on an IV and stuff. I don't know. And I've also heard borderline personality disorder, but at a couple places actually. One dude who was just absolutely like sold that I had it, but they can't diagnose me with it because I'm under 18 and I'm also autistic, so yeah. I don't know what I'm dealing with. I've just got a million different things that all present weird, and it's kind of a mess because I don't like treatment ? What am I supposed to do with that? So dealing with that's been kind of a ride. So if I'm not on medication, I've been trying to be more active, like going on more walks. I was running for a bit. I have classes starting soon in the summer. I'm gonna go back to college, try to get my AA in special education, and then I'm thinking of getting a bachelor's in forensic science. But I don't know, because I do want to work in a crime lab. That would be cool. And I'm reteaching myself algebra because I didn't think I learned it right since I, left school a couple months early. Serious, settle. And I'm teaching myself Spanish. And once I learn Spanish, I'll move on to more languages. So I guess, TLDR, I'm been through hell, still going through it, but like, now I've got longer hair and serious settle. But now I've got longer hair and a better grasp of Spanish. I'll see you guys later. Bye.